Salam, hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel. Elsa here. So if you're new, I'm Malaysian who live and work in Hong Kong. So on to today's video, I'm going to share with you what you need to know before you come to Hong Kong. This is like more like a Muslim specific yeah, because like if you didn't know, like, Hong Kong is not like the main destinations or like a country to live in if you're a Muslim, because like, you know, this is not a Muslim country. If I'm looking at the side, because I have my notes on the side, and if you can hear the fan, excuse that, because it's quite hot at the moment here in Hong Kong. So yeah, so let's get started. Excuse the background as well. So this is my bedroom, this is my toilet, so yeah. Alright, first thing first, I'm going to talk about food. Let's start with halal meat, because as a Muslim, we have to eat the halal meat. I'll say that like it is accessible, but it's not very common. But it's not like it's accessible, but not convenience. Very convenient. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, so compared to like a couple years back, nowadays it's way better. So definitely you can find like halal meat in certain market, like a wet market, and nowadays you can find meat in Welcome is one of the groceries here in Hong Kong. They have like a small, it's a bit more expensive of course, because it's like they already cut it for you, wrap it, and then put it in like grocery store, which is like more accessible, but it's not available in all Welcome. I guess like it depends where is the heavily Muslim community, then they will have it. So that's why I say like it's sort of like accessible, but it's not like a very convenience that you can get it everywhere, you know, compared to Malaysia. Halal meat everywhere, it's like there's no questions is halal or not. Most of the time it's halal. Even like if it's not halal, then it was like stated non halal. But here, of course, because we're the minority, is the opposite. So I'll say that it's accessible, but it's not very convenient. But again, you can get it in Welcome, as far as I know, as for today, and then definitely in market, and I think is like in a certain market as well. So here in Hong Kong, I live in central area, so I have a market nearby my house, but they don't have like halal meat, but they have halal meat in Causeway Bay market, which is like the Borington market. So even that, like in a market, they don't have the halal meat in all, you know, market, like wet market, but they have in a few. So yeah, and I mean like here to Causeway Bay is like 15-20 minutes. And my office is in Wan Chai, which is like next to Causeway Bay anyway. So usually if I need meat, if I want to buy some meat, I will go after work, go to the market, and I come back. So the next one, still in the food category, is a halal restaurant. Again, this is depends on where do you live or which area of the city. Yeah, you'll have more options for the halal restaurant compared to the others, you know. So again, I live on the central area. Central is like on the Hong Kong island. In my area, we have a good selections, but it's a bit more expensive because it's in central. And we have a few in Wan Chai, we have a few in Causeway Bay, where they have more like Indonesian restaurant, which is like halal Indonesian restaurant. So I'll say that they have like quite an options, but of course, again, as a minority, it's not many. And nowadays, for the like a local food which is halal, it becomes even less. But we do have options. We have one for the beef noodles. They're opening more branches, which is good. We have that. Oh, actually they have KFC, which is halal. Even that is like in selection branch. Halal KFC, which is like the chicken, that's what. And then halal meat for the Shake Shack. So the Shake Shack in Hong Kong is halal. Yeah, I'll share more on the halal restaurant and halal places to eat and in the future restaurants. in the future videos. Yeah, and then for the local food, as far as I remember, okay, so let me try to calculate. We used to have more, but now we have like 1 2 3 4 maybe 5, you know, for the halal local food, like a Chinese food, that's what I mean. Yeah, again, I'll share all of this in the next coming video. Stay tuned for that. Right. The third one is the praying room. Praying room is very limited here in Hong Kong, so you have to plan your outing here. Yeah, they have it in some of the they have it in Disneyland, that's for sure. They have it in what do you call it, airport, and we don't have it in malls, like a shopping mall and stuff. So yeah, usually for me as someone who live here, I will, you know, like plan my outing a little bit here and there and see how is it. And but if you are a visitor, I'm sure that's pretty easy, because you can combine prayers. So that, and number 4, I'll say, is like a people perception. This is getting better, but it's still, you still get it. Like at least I still get it here and there. So if you are wearing a hijab, like a scarf like me, and if you come here, their perception is that you are a helper. So as a helper, you don't have money. So if you don't have money, if you go to the shop, they sort of like don't care about you, that kind of stuff. Some people are very nice, some people are very rude, some people just ignored. So, you know, you have to be okay with it and don't take it personally, because they just what they are doing. So yeah, and then, and even same at the airport, sometimes you get that perceptions, and then, you know, the racist treatment from the locals. But it's not like very obvious. At least for me nowadays, it become less and less. And I'll say that, you know, just ignore that. You know, if you know who you are, just go with it. If you get all those like shitty treatments, just leave it. Go to the next store or whatever. If people treat you badly, just leave the person, go to the next place. I mean, whatever it is, just ignore. That's the best that I can give advice. But nowadays, because like the border has been open, so there's a lot of people came for visiting and stuff, they sort of like will try to judge you where you are if you are visitors or you are the helper. So yeah, last but not least, I'll say that if you decided to come here, you have to be patient in educating people about our religions. Some of them knows about it, some of them not. So when they ask a question, don't take it personally again, and be patient and try to like educate them, or like tell them. Like they will ask you, why do you this, why do you that, like what do you eat, why don't you eat, do you, all the stuff. So it's a good thing that they ask, means that they want to know, and means that they care at some extent. And then you have to be patient in to fit in the like society, in the sense like, let's say like Hong Kong is like a non-Muslim country, they eat pork all the time, so you have to be very like careful where you eat, that kind of stuff. And then when you go out with your friend, which is like non-Muslim, you have to like, you know, try to know in advance what they're gonna do, what they're gonna eat, which restaurant, that kind of stuff. You have to be mindful and be patient. That's what I say, because sometimes it can be frustrating. It can be a little bit frustrated when people don't care, but sometimes they don't care because they don't know. So, you know, let them know, and then pick and choose what you can, you cannot do. It should be fine, but it's just you have to be patient. So this is helpful for you if you're Muslim and you want to come to this country. Yeah, so this is like 5 things that you should know. And if you have any question, let me know as well, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.